round of applause for yourselves for coming out and for Country Tavern for having us. Thank you guys very much for coming out and supporting this. We are going to get started, and we are going to make fun of a guy that is going to die soon. All right, just a disclaimer. This is going to be really, really mean. And if you guys could quiet down just a little so we can, it's a pipe dream. But we're going to be paying tribute to Mark tonight at his living wake. Is that what we're calling this? Okay, his living wake. Most of this was his idea. So we're going to be paying tribute to Mark, so if everyone can just pay attention. Yeah, the jokes are coming. We got to get through some sappy stuff, but the jokes are coming. All right. Everyone's got their pictures done? Okay, we are going to get started. Thank you guys very much for coming out. We are doing this tonight. I don't know if everyone here knows Mark. Everyone here is great friends with Mark. We all love Mark. But we're here to make fun of Mark. We are going through something terrible. Laughter is the best medicine. So, just remember that Mark wanted this and is looking forward to it. But we're also doing it because Mark is a huge supporter. Mark is a huge supporter of local stand-up comedy. He always came out to our shows. So this is the least we can do for Mark. So everyone give a big round of applause for Mark. Yeah. He was the only guy coming to Cafe 9 every month to support one of our shows. And that was not just because Dennis Shea could afford the $5 cover. He was the only member at Joker's Wild. Most of the other patrons, when he walked in, thought they were going back to prison. But he was the only one there. Besides supporting local comedians, local professional wrestlers, local musicians, he's also an incredible father. He raised 2 incredible kids. They turned out way better than he did. Somehow Tristan is more bald than him, which is incredible. Tristan looks so much like you, it doesn't even look like there was a woman involved. It looks like you just cloned yourself and you joined the pussiest gang of Sons of Anarchy. Hey Tristan, if you really like these jokes, please don't start moshing, okay? Alright, so a lot of these comics tonight, a lot of us, Mark was our first fan, so these comedians, give these comedians a big round of applause for coming out and doing this tonight. Alright, I'm going to introduce them. We have Stosh Makita. Stosh Makita. Very, very funny guy. He works all over. Great friend of mine. I've been doing comedy with him forever. Stosh's best friend is a 22-year-old black kid.
Hey, how are you?
Stosh is 39 years old. When they hang out, it doesn't look like 2 friends. It looks like Stosh is being a really cool stepdad. Next, we have Beecher.
Yay, Beecher!
Yeah. He's the fellow that looks like a jihadist Muppet. Yeah. Ala Apa Manamana. Andrew Morgan, everybody. Andrew Morgan. Andrew Morgan is the human version of mayonnaise. Andrew Morgan has a lovely wife, but she will not let him celebrate Christmas because she is Jewish, and she will not let him eat meat in the house. Do you think if you ate meat in the attic that she would get the irony? Just a reminder, we're going to be making fun of cancer soon. So, the racial jokes are just the tip of the shitbird. We got Brian Barganier in the back there, looking extra creepy. Brian Barganier, he hosts the Roast Battle. That's tonight in Meriden. If you need something else to do tonight, if you didn't get enough mean. He also tours all over the country, the Midwest and the South, working his ass off. So he's known for playing shitty places and having crazy hair. Brian, you're a propless carrot top. Also, he travels around the country to do comedy because the hookers are way cheaper in the South and are much more willing to do butt stuff. Yeah. Then we have Dennis Shea. There isn't a comic in Connecticut. Dennis Shea has an ass for a free ticket. Dennis Shea once asked me for a comp ticket to a wounded veterans fundraiser. You bastard. Then we have Pat Oates, our quote-unquote headliner, who's actually made money doing comedy somewhat. Not enough to get custody of his kids, but if you line up Stosh, me, and Pat, it looks like a fat loser getting his life together. Pat also has had his car in the shop my entire comedy career, which is 7 years. Pat, you either have the world's shittiest mechanic, or you need to clear up that DUI. Either way, I had to pay someone to drive you home. All right, these are our roasters. Once again, thank you guys very much for doing this. Now we are going to bring up the man of the hour, the king of cancer. Give it up for Mark Badger! More clapping. More clapping. Yes. Mark, sorry we couldn't get any of your favorite musicians to come down, but they're all dead, and most of them are buried in Confederate cemeteries, so. All right, if you guys don't know about Mark, he used to be a probation officer, right? Yeah. Right? Probation officer, yeah. He arrested many drug dealers and sex offenders. I imagine that's how he met Dennis Shea. Mark also used to do drug raids in Colombia. Yeah, so when you run out of medicinal marijuana, you know who to fucking blame, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, how'd that work out for you, huh? Mark, you were so goddamn pale, we couldn't tell you were going through chemo for the first 6 months. But me and Mark on paper should not be friends. He is super conservative, and I am very liberal. Mark says Black Lives Matter with a question mark. Yeah. Mark wouldn't vote for the Democrats if they had the cure for cancer. But I don't mind that Mark is a Trump supporter, because I'm going to be around in 2020 and you're not. Yeah, we're getting into the meat of it now. Yeah, no, Mark is a gun-loving conservative who believes in swift, hard justice. This led to Mark moving to Florida because he wanted to meet his idol, the sheriff from Porky's. And since he wasn't available, George Zimmerman. Mark, that might be, that's all I got for you. But Mark, I love you, man. Thank you very much. You brought me a Christmas present at the Comedy Club, which is one more Christmas present than my real father has given me. So, thank you very, very much, Mark. I appreciate your support for everything you do. You're my first comedy fan. You introduced me to Dennis Shea, but no one's perfect. Thank you very much for everything you've done. We're going to bring up your first roaster tonight. I don't know what race he is, but he can play anywhere from Montego Bay to Guantanamo Bay. Please give it up for Beecher, everybody.
What's up for Craig Taylor killing him front? A little tall today, so I don't do this. All right, fuck it. Happy to be here, everyone. Welcome to the roast. Happy to see you. Holy shit, welcome back. I know you made a trip up, your last trip up, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I actually came because I wanted to hang out with all my comedy friends that I haven't seen in a long time. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. I don't know any of these ones. Very good. Stosh Makita's a good buddy of mine. I like to call him In Action Bronson. You got that's a good one. Craig Taylor. I love Craig Taylor. I'm not going to say he's a drinking problem, but one time we did a show. This is true. We did a show at a rehab center, and so he said he showed up, and they asked us not to drink, and he's like, I didn't drink last night because I knew we were doing this rehab show. He's like, and I didn't have any beer for breakfast. And I'm feeling a little bit woozy. And then he passed out. He fell down, and me and Dave Moon smacked him in the face and picked him up. But I'm glad he didn't have withdrawals from over 1 day of missing alcohol. But thanks for making it. We have Andrew Morgan. Andrew Morgan, give it up for Andrew Morgan. He's the funny Morgan. Not by much. Give it up for Ryan Barganier is a buddy of mine. He once beat me in a comedy contest, and I plan on hitting him with my car whenever I get a chance. Fat Oats, he's our headliner. You'll see why he's headlining soon. He's fantastic. He can't drive. That's one thing that we all make fun of him for. He doesn't have who drove you here today? Stosh drove him. Okay, I was wondering who that is. Dennis, I'm not even insult you. You're not even worth it. I gotta go fast because I got some other shit to do. But you were so fantastic. Good to see you. I was looking at some of your tattoos. I was looking for some ammunition. I actually one time spent a flight with an FBI task force member who specialized in reading gang tattoos and tattoos in general. So he told me a few things that I'm going to teach you right now. If you ever meet someone and they have a teardrop tattoo, that means that they've killed somebody, right? So don't make eye contact with that person. If you ever see somebody that have cobwebs on their elbows, that means they've done a long stretch in jail, right? Obviously. If you ever see someone and they have a Mickey Mouse tattoo, that means one of three things. They've either fucked a kid, got fucked as a kid,
in the hot tub,
or in Vietnam napalmed a kid. And I think you got all three. Fantastic. You got the pirate. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I told everyone I have another show. I don't. It's because I'm part black and I don't trust you people. I don't know where I am. It's scary. I want to thank everyone in here for making America great again. Now, I know why you voted for Trump. I know why you voted. You're not going to be here, but the rest of you, I don't fucking get it. What are you thinking? You went full retard. Trump went full retard. You knew he was going to do that. That's pretty fucking horrible. Yeah, but honestly, here's the funny thing. So my girlfriend today comes home and she's like, oh, you know, he's actually a really great guy. She started giving me your whole fucking... I didn't know I had someone with such rich ammo. You know my girlfriend. Yeah. And I didn't realize that I missed a lot of opportunity. But anyway, she said so many nice things about you, that you're a loving father, and that you have poor taste in comedy. But give it up one more time.
All right, give it up for Beecher. I was a little nervous that you were going to read notes off the phone, and then Mark was going to shoot you 8 times in the back. Sorry, Ray. All right, I'm going to bring up another roaster. You guys having fun so far? All right. I'm going to bring up your next roaster, and like the cancer raging through Mark's body, this comedian is a cancer to society. Please give it up for Brian Barganier.
Thank you. How about a hand for Craig Taylor, everybody? Craig Taylor, wasn't he very confident? Everybody, let him hear it. Glad to see you nod at Christie's, Craig. Seriously. Beecher doesn't want to say you have a drinking problem, but I do. And, no, seriously, you're only as drunk as the last time I saw you. Wow, this is fun. Have we ever met before?
I've seen you on stage.
I drink a lot. What's up, man? This is going to be a weird first meeting because I heard some horrible things about you. So that's cool. All the other funny people, too. We got great people. Pat Oates. Yeah, that's cool. Stosh Makita, we call him Fat Oats. That's fun, yeah. No, seriously, this is the nicest Applebee's I've ever been to.
The burgers are great. Order up the
Burgers are great. I don't know what's sadder, this untouched buffet or the comedian just sitting in the corner right now. Like, how fucked up are we? We're all just got in line to, like, roast the sick guy. Like, we're all pieces of shit. Yeah, feature left. I would too after that set, but that's okay. I can say that because he's not here to defend himself. Guys, this is going to be a dark set. It's going to be like a spot on a CAT scan. It's going to be super dark. Let's do this shit.
I'm feeling that one. Yeah.
You can have it. I'll get it back in a month anyways. You'll have to excuse me, honestly. I really just wrote these jokes today. I thought I'd get lucky. Maybe you would just die before the show. That's just more of a statement on me and being lazy. But seriously though, man, I hope you don't die until I get paid. That's all I really care about. I never actually met Mark before. I thought it was weird that I got asked to do this, but I take making fun of people very seriously, so I did the first thing I could think of was I found you on Facebook, Jesus Christ. For a guy that should be living every day like it's his last, you sure post a lot of memes, dude. Like, it's just like, I'm just reading through all this shit, I'm like, but how do you really feel about guns and titties? Like, seriously. It's true. Actually, the first time I went to Mark's Facebook page, the first thing I saw was this pervy link to guys that stare at big boobs live longer. So, yeah! I should buy you like 2 more minutes. This is cool. I can't believe all your friends are pieces of shit. I've been terrified. I didn't know what to write. I just got super drunk in that corner. Would have proposed a toast, but I drank it already. That's cool, man. I think this is a good idea, though. I really think that this show is a good idea and stuff. Like, I think you should have kicked it up a notch, though. I don't want to say we should do this show again, but we should do this show again a little. This is what I'm thinking for the next time we do this show. It's your funeral, right? We come out there, we roast the fuck out of you. You come down from the jumbo screen, you roast all of us, and then just scream, "From the grave!" That's what I'm thinking. But, yeah. Craig's just like, I want to get booked again, that's all. My calendar is empty. But I didn't really prepare a whole lot. I just wanted to say, I really think this is a good thing, man. It was really nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on this and being a part of this. I'm glad you guys were all such good sports about it, because I didn't want to think about this as like a thing of embracing death, but more like embracing life at its fullest. You know what I mean? I think this is for a good cause. And thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Thank you, guys.
All right, give it up for that weird little pervert. Every month he does run a roast battle in Scotty O'Boyle's in Meriden, where it is all the funniest comedians in Connecticut, which is not a lot, going against each other in roast battles. It's a really awesome time, so go check that out. And if we shave his head, there goes his comedy career. That's what we want for you, right? All right, thank you guys so much. You guys having fun? You having fun, Mark? That's what's most important. Yeah. Well, stop sitting like a woman. Oh, damn it. I regret that instantly. Your giant, wrinkly old man balls. Tumor-filled melons. Is this your local, when you lived here, was this your local drinking spot?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's in the middle of a neighborhood. Like, oh no, I ran over a 7-year-old leaving the bar, but he was playing basketball in his driveway, so I guess that's fucking on me. Alright, I have your next comedian, because tonight he is a comedian. Is not a professional comedian, but after tonight I guess technically he will be. So this is not an easy thing to do. And especially for someone you're close to. So this is awesome that he's doing it. This takes a massive amount of balls that I didn't know he had. To be honest, I didn't know he could read. You guys know who I'm bringing up. It's the piece of shit that wears that terrible leather jacket. How many kids do you have, Dennis Shea? That is 3 more times than I thought you would ever get laid in your life. And none of them have a flipper. Oh, shit. We'll always wonder why God chose to give Mark Rogers had cancer. When Dennis Shea was standing so close. Alright, give it up for your next roaster, Dennis Shea!
I wrote all this stuff down because I don't want to forget it, so. Yeah. Are we recording?
Yes.
I know all these guys because I go to all the comedy shows all the time. I've known Craig probably the longest, like 7 years I've gone to see him. Craig has disappointed more fat chicks than Jenny Craig. The first time I met Craig, he was bitching me about his girlfriend. I said, Craig, what's wrong? He goes, she called me a pedophile. Really? I said, really? He said, can you believe that's a big word for a 12-year-old, isn't it?
Sorry, it's going like your dick.
Poor Stosh. Ever since he left his lucrative career at Foot Locker, he hasn't gotten laid in years. The last time you got your dick wet was when you took a shower. The last box you crushed had a Big Mac in it. Feature already left, so I can't.
No, let's do the
Yeah, make fun of Beecher.
I remember that idiot.
Now, Beecher, on the other hand, has a very active sex life. Every weekend, he fucks an entire audience out of $25.
I might have to Facebook him that.
I love that hairstyle, buddy. I bet it makes it easy for the woman to describe you to the cops. That thing looks like an overused toilet brush, man. Brian recently did a show at a nudist comedy. Well, it was a nudist comedy. Now it's a PTSD support group. Pat, on the other hand, Pat's a very competitive guy. He told me he could never be gay because he'd probably be a ball hog. That was the man of the hour.
Dennis is an IT guy. Give it
Mark likes to think of himself as an IT guy. So he tells me one day, I got this great idea. He says, I painted my laptop black because I figured it would work faster. Now it doesn't work at all. Mark is so old and senile, last week he tried to enlist at Old Navy. Mark is 62 years old and he loves to brag to everybody about how great shape he's in. I saw him earlier today and he told me, I may be 62, but I can still touch my toes. And I said, it doesn't count if you do it with your balls, Mark. The only reason Mark takes Viagra now is because it stops him from rolling out of bed at night. I like to call this things Mark may or may not have said to me over the last 12 years. Why is it called Alcoholics Anonymous when the first thing you do is stand up and say, hi, my name is Mark, I'm an alcoholic? You say alcoholic, he likes to say alcohol enthusiast. Here's a man who's so full of whiskey he should be wearing a barrel. When I asked Mark what the cure for marriage was, he said alcoholism. He once asked me, how do you know when you really pissed off your bartender? She leaves a string in your Bloody Mary. He asked me, why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle? He said, because his wife died. He said, what do spinach and anal sex have in common? If you were forced to have it as a kid, you'll hate it as an adult. Mark, what the fuck happened to you, man? You used to deal with correction officers, you used to deal with convicts and all kinds of killers, and then at one point you walked the halls of West Haven High with your Barney Fife security guard. You put the fear of God into those little fuckers. And now what do you do? Now you spend your days walking around Disney looking for Dumbo and Goofy. But enough about Ralph and Michelle. We're here to talk about you. Mark was the best man at my wedding, and that's why I wanted to do this, because somebody said to me, you need to get him back. But Mark wanted to be the center of attention at my wedding, so he chose to leave the wedding rings at home.
True story.
So my bride's waiting to start her wedding, and we can't start because nobody knows why, and then Mark disappears. Half an hour later, he shows up with the wedding rings in hand, looking like he's the hero of the day. And he tells Hanson, I told you they'd wait for me. But I just want to say, I'm glad I got the opportunity to do this. I'm glad I got to know Mark for as long as I have. He's been my best friend forever. And I just want to say I love you, buddy, and I'm proud of you.
I love you.
Another round of applause for Dennis Shea, because he doesn't do this all the time. That's awesome. Yeah. And if you ever want to do something like that, just Google the same jokes he did. I liked your set, but I liked it better when it came out of Daniel Tosh's mouth. Good job, Dennis. Good job, you cheap bastard. Mark, can you buy some jeans that fucking fit? What? No, jeans, asshole. Jeans, yeah. What, are you scalping around the swamps in Florida? What the fuck? Sweet high rises, Pop. Sweet.
Don't waste the money now.
Oh, here he goes. Very true. Waste some money.
They're going to be available really soon.
So, your tattoos got brought up, and you have a Wrecking Ball Legursky, right?
Wrecking Ball Legursky?
Yeah, Wrecking Ball is in the house.
Wrecking Ball!
Fucking love pro wrestling. Will you get one of these comics tattooed on you? Sure. I mean, it fucking matters. I mean, like,
Yeah, no, I'm good for a bunch more.
yeah, dude. Yeah, can you just get me and Brian and just put bosom buddies under it?
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Tramp stamp.
if you're willing, that poor tattoo artist. It's like tattooing an alligator with her old scaly skin. Where do you? So Dennis brought up your jobs. You were also a naval investigator.
Department of Defense.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Special agent.
So yeah, you investigated crimes in the Navy and stuff. So I imagine you were just breaking up a lot of gay sex.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, Mark has ruined more gay relationships than AIDS.
Naval investigator. Below the name.
Okay. Well, we'll leave the jokes to us, sir. You just go back to managing that Lowe's, and we'll handle the jokes. But thanks for trying. Really? Fucking really? You actually... Yeah, I do this a lot. Jesus Christ. Aim for higher, dude. Alright, you guys ready to keep this roast going?
Yeah.
Alright. Your next comedian was asked for by name from... Oh yeah, you're next. So sorry, got my order mixed up. My bad. Well, this next comic, Tristan, you can take some advice from him because he knows a lot about dead dads. Give it up for Sasha Kia.
We love stock.
All right. Out of all the things that are going to be said about me tonight, I think the fact that I wasn't the one that was requested by name is going to hurt my feelings the most. Anyway, it's great to be here at this All Lives Matter rally. I'm also happy to be here in Guilford. I accidentally told a bunch of my friends that to come to this gig in West Haven tonight, but I got it confused with the fundraiser I have next week for the fireworks, the West Haven fireworks. But that's an easy mistake to make, right? Because it's like Mark Rogers, fireworks, Mark Rogers, fireworks. Neither one's going to make it through the summer, you know? Oh man, this is going to hurt my soul. Dennis Shea is here, which can only mean one thing. They must be giving away free tickets. I know Craig already talked about the weird request Dennis made to him, but I also have a story. One time, Dennis, he texted me from Chicago to ask me if I could get him comp tickets into Zanies in Rosemont, Chicago. A club I've never performed at in a city I've never visited. That's how cheap Shay is, and I'm the Jew out of the two of us. So. Craig Taylor, I'm glad you could take a break from dumpster diving to be here. We know how much you depend on those cans and bottles, buddy.
Work for me.
Craig is the second funniest clinical retard I know. Right behind my cousin Jeffy. He used to do this bit where he'd drool on his mom's back while she was trying to wipe his ass. Talking about Craig again, not Jeffy. I once saw Craig Taylor almost get beat up by two black dudes during a set because he used the N-word twice on stage. Looking around, Craig, I don't think you're going to have that same problem in Guilford. Pat Oates is here. Pat Oates, you weigh 200 pounds, you're frighteningly ugly and a constant distraction. You're like Kevin Dolan's earlobes. But with worse credits. Kevin Dolan is a local comedian who is not here tonight. I thought he would be. Would have been a nice visual aid. I'll just move past it. Alright?
Inside baseball.
Brian Barganier is here. That's great. Brian works a day job where he's the manager of a liquor store. Basically, it's the only job the parole board could get him where he was guaranteed not to come in contact with anyone underage. Brian looks like a pedophile who gets friend-zoned by his victims. Andrew Morgan is here. Andrew Morgan, stand up, let everybody get a good look at you. Like 7 people went, ugh. Andrew Morgan has the teeth of a man who only eats rocks and the skin of a man who only eats cheese. Andrew Morgan is the definition of an awkward white guy. Every time you see him, he's nothing but botched handshakes and whipped high fives. In fact, the only time he's ever nailed a 5 was his wife.
They're still laughing back here.
I'm just kidding, man. She is a Jewish 10, or as the rest of us call it, a 6. Beecher left. I'm glad about that Sideshow Bob looking motherfucker, because let's be honest, we're all more comfortable talking shit behind his back. We're used to it. I gotta say, Beecher's done a lot of work as an extra on TV shows. You know, he was on the Jim Jeffries show, he was on Jim Gaffigan, all non-speaking roles, so it was nice to see him get some lines in tonight, you know? Beecher looks like the main character in a video game about date rape. Really, everybody just smoked this dude about his fucking lumps and you guys can't take a date rape joke? Beecher left his fiancée home tonight, and it's because of me. Like, I don't have a lot of demands as a comic, but I do demand that I have the most disgusting beard on stage.
I just got that.
Yeah. That was a thinker, so I wasn't sure how it was going to go over in Guilford. That brings us to the man of the hour, Mark. I like that you're having a roast of yourself instead of like doing a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe. Because let's be honest, we're all sick of the GoFundMe, and I'm too cheap for him anyway. Like, I remember my cousin Dusty, he got stage 4 multiple myeloma, and that's how I learned I was too cheap to be a good person, because I couldn't bring myself to donate. It's like, stage 4 melanoma, I don't see a return on that investment. Imagine how devastated I'd be to lose my cousin and $50. Mark is a man of many hats. He's done a lot of things over the course of his life. He's been a Marine. He's been divorced. He's been a serial sexual harasser, trying to get every woman he meets into his hot tub. He was Dennis Shay's best man and delayed the wedding for a half hour because he forgot the rings. He also used to throw parties where he'd pass out drunk halfway through, leaving his wife to deal with all his drunk friends. What I'm trying to say, Mark, is that at least no one's going to miss you. This is the part where I get gay. Mark and Dennis, you guys, when I first started comedy, Joker's Wild, I used to have a job there giving away free tickets on the phone, which is how I got to know these guys. And that was not a very successful business, you know, so there was a lot of weekends where I was trying to learn comedy, and our only crowd members were Mark and Dennis. So I really do fucking appreciate you guys having me, and I appreciate you supporting our scene, man, and it's great to see you guys again. Thank you.
Keep it going for Stash. How do you not? No, I did that because I know he hates hugs. You autistic bastard. Oh, look at the Toyota Land Cruiser blocking someone. You dick. Land Cruiser? A Land Cruiser? That's such a stupid name for a car. Yeah, don't describe it. Are you pretty confident to be on your knees at a goddamn roast? You're gonna mind game of prison. Alright, this is, the next comedian, was asked for by name, by Mark, because I wouldn't have booked him. No, I owed you, dude. No, but he used to put on a monthly show at Cafe 9, and it really helped grow the local comedy scene, and Mark and Dummy Dennis also would come out a lot. They came every month to see all us dumb comedians try our new stuff, and this all the young comedians. And then it ended up being a really popular show, and Mark was, at that point, a hipster, because he was into it before it was cool. But he also asked for this comic by name because he wanted someone here that was actually whiter than he is. Give it up for Andrew Morgan.
All right. Give it up for the comics you see tonight. Everybody did an amazing job. I don't know what's bleaker, Mark's diagnosis, or this lineup of comics. Craig Taylor, you've been a great host so far. Craig is a big fan of soccer and wrestling. Everything that I quit when I was 12 years old means everything to him. Including most girls I probably met at the time, too. True story, just real quick before I get into jokes. We try to prepare online and promote this show as well as I could. The one idea, I thought I had a good one. I was at a rest stop in Stamford, and I parked next to a hearse. And I was like, cool, I'll take a selfie and post morning selfie with Mark. I know.
I asked for him by name.
And instead, I got caught taking the selfie by the driver of the hearse. He was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get some respect, you piece of shit. I was like, you're totally right. So you're welcome, Mark. You're welcome. A roast was a good idea. You could have just got cremated, dude. That was better roast. I appreciate you going all out with this. Buffalo wings and whatever else you got going on there. That's awesome. On the set of Deliverance, I believe you were on. If anyone plays a banjo, I'm going to run for the fucking hills. And thank you for dressing up for the occasion, too. Please don't donate your clothes to Goodwill after you die. The homeless have been through enough. I don't want to see some sad sack looking like he was late for soccer practice with his peewees. I was promoting the show today and someone commented on my thing, is there a place where we can donate anything? And I was like, well, it's not really a fundraiser, but I'm sure you could just send a bunch of Hooters gift cards down to Lakewood, Florida, and it'll be much appreciated. First things first, before I get into my other jokes, I did get you a gift, because I felt really bad about what's here, and I wanted to do something nice. I bought you a lottery ticket. It's a win for life. So, I hope it really pays off, man. You deserve it. Yeah. This crowd looks like it would like prop comedy. Good job. All right, some jokes. Mark used to be a regular at the monthly comedy show I ran in New Haven for years. That's awesome. I haven't seen you in a few years. That's yeah. But you look. Yeah, you look fat. I don't know how you did that. You're the first person I met who got cancer and got fatter. 40 pounds. Yeah. I don't know what they put in your fucking IV drip, but it must have been maple syrup based. Because holy shit, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God.
Most people, when they hear they are dying, look for answers. They go, why me? Why me? And then I looked at Mark's Facebook page and I was like, oh, that's why. I noticed we have something. You used to run track and cross country in high school, and then you joined the military, so you've been in really good shape your whole life. So you went from the man from Uncle to being Uncle Fester. How do you feel about that? You're tremendous. Thank God we didn't all have to run 5K. That's all I just appreciate from you, sir. Because Lord knows you weren't fucking doing it. Your orthopedic shoes. That's wonderful. That's what I love you, man. You were the most boring person I've ever met. Your cancer was malignant, but your personality is benign. That's for sure. But at least you have your health, so that's all that matters. But he's a good guy. Yeah, it's a tremendous honor to be doing this. I've always looked up to Mark, and it's a good feeling knowing that in a few months he'll be looking up at me.
Just find out.
I personally don't even think you have cancer. I think you just had a really long, strange night out with Dennis Shea, and you came home bleeding from the ass, and you were like, this is not what it looks like. I have cancer. Bars in the nighttime, baby. Mark moved to Florida a few years ago. Yeah, I booed that too, yeah. You couldn't even be in a school shooting. That fucked up. Parkland, not Lakeland. Damn it. You moved to Florida, but personally, I looking through your Facebook page, I saw you like Kid Rock, NASCAR, and Guy Fieri. I think Florida moved into you a long time ago. And I think that's the actual cancer in your body. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
If Breaking Bad has taught us anything, it's that once you get a bad diagnosis, you can do anything you want. You could have robbed a bank, jumped out of a plane. Instead, you just got shitty tattoos.
They're nice.
They're nice.
They're nice.
Nice enough to die in, apparently. I hope when you get buried it has long sleeves. Alright. Oh, man. Alright. One last thing before I actually say something nice about you, I guess. Before you die, I have to know something. On Facebook, it says your nickname is listed as Cocoa Puff. I assumed it was the time you were a black gay prostitute. But I actually want to know the answer to this.
My name was, as a kid, yeah, they used to call me Cocoa Puffs to get me going. So
How white is your neighborhood that you were the Cocoa Puff? Where the fuck did you grow up? Howdy Doodyville? What's going on? That's terrible enough. Okay, fair enough. But I truly appreciate it. I appreciate that you asked me for my name. You meant a lot to me, you and Dennis, supporting us very early on, and it's a tremendous honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Good up for Andrew Morgan. Who knew he was funny? That was great. That was awesome. Yeah, you brought up the Parkland, Florida thing. You posted some memes about that. It's weird that you and Emma Gonzalez disagree so much, even though you guys rock the same haircut. Also, this room is... Yeah, you got that now? Yeah, I'm not proud of that either. Yeah, guns are okay. This is an eclectic group that you are friends with.
yes.
Like, how do you, I mean, I imagine these guys, you were their probation officer, this pocket? That's how you guys know Mark? You were their probation officer? That's how you know them? Yeah.
Actually, most of them are my bosses.
You worked for a black guy? Did not tell that by your Facebook. How many times did he call you boy? Are you really? Well, don't blame your wife. You're a woman? You call what, you a caveman? Who here has seen Mark without his pants on? Yeah, just bringing that up. Just so many. Just so many. All right, we're going to bring up your last roaster. You guys ready for this? We are going to give Mark rebuttal tonight, so that is also happening. So, but we're going to bring up your last roaster. This Friday he will be on PLR. He has performed what? Pat, what? Well, we can talk later. Grandma, you didn't take your pill today, Grandma, did you? Grandma. No shit, that's Margot. I didn't tell her that her name was Margot by looking at her. Of course that's Margot. She makes incredible cookies. We know that. You join the Home Depot manager and let us handle the trades. You called me out on my racism, and you were fair for that. But now this guy, before headlines at the casinos, it was a treat that we got him. He usually hates people with cancer. He didn't want to know. But I brought this up to him, and he was so excited to do it. He has a podcast called Pat Oates is Sad. He also writes a comedy advice blog, which is like me writing a fitness blog. But still, please let's give a big round of applause for Pat Oates, everybody.
Alright. Wow. You picked a wonderful place for this.
I know, I love
Look at this place. The home of the 9-ounce burger and racism. This is amazing. They say this is where Rafe was born. Right here in this lovely place. And all these people are here. The 3 lovely women and the guy who stares through their window, that's amazing. They're here. All of Guilford's Uber drivers are here. And how did you get to pull? Come back from the dead. Ben Franklin, right before there. It's an amazing thing. Thank you for the lights. We appreciate it. You did a great job. Wonderful. You are wonderful. Dropping notes already. Alright. Don't worry. Mark, don't worry. Don't make that be the last thing you ever do. Don't worry about it. and white. I understand. Yeah, we're starting good. That's fine. All right, good. So, we got regular update. All right. We're starting off with Craig Taylor. Craig, our master. Sit the fuck down, Craig. Our master of ceremonies. Craig Taylor looks like a thumb with a drinking problem. Craig is an avid soccer fan. Man, I'd rather die of cancer than be a soccer star.
Arsenal, by the way.
An Arsenal. That's fantastic right there. Hey, lady, shut the fuck up. Anyway. Hey, it's all right. You're dying of cancer. She dies in supercuts. We're all having a good time tonight. It's your ex-wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew was just telling me you were married for 20 years, and then you stopped, and then you got married for 20 years, and then you stopped, and then you were going to live for 20 years, and then, anyway, that was fine there. Oh, you guys didn't know? He's dying. He's dying. He would rather die than hang out with you fucking terrible people and one nice gentleman sitting in the parlor. Pieces of shit. Jesus Christ. Craig Taylor has been suspended on Facebook twice. Once for showing a picture of a woman's private parts, and once for calling someone a woman's private parts. He got suspended for the same things that Dennis Shea pays for hookers for. It's amazing. You met Craig when you were on the job, right? You met him when you were running that one place, Special Olympics Victims Unit. That's when you found him there. You're welcome. I'm writing down your fucking act, you piece of shit. Craig one time, Craig's a big wrestling fan, I like wrestling, and we went one time with my daughter to go wrestling, and my daughter learned a lot about life with Craig Taylor. He showed up to my door during the day with a whole Bud Light poured into a McDonald's cup because he was trying to be cool in front of the kids. We drove to the wrestling event in Worcester. He gets out. He pulls out his weed and goes, "Oh, Pat, should I just stand behind the car so she doesn't see it?" Like, she can smell your failure. She knows you're fine. Then we're in the wrestling. We're watching it. In front of us is a bunch of families and a young girl, like younger than my daughter. And Craig turns to my daughter and says, "Hey, ask her how old she is. I think she looks 18. And then we saw her at a McDonald's rest stop, and you told my daughter again, "Go over." She's like, "That's not how this fucking works, Craig." So, once again, you might have cancer, but at least you're not Craig Taylor. I'd rather die than live, if that's the case there. Really? Fuck up. But here we have the Hills, and then we have the Hills High. It's a great matchup we have going on here. Stash Makito was good, you're back, fantastic, wonderful. Stash Makito looks like a garden gnome and a Special Olympics powerlifter made an awful mistake. Stash and Beecher actually don't use their real name. Stash is not his real name, Beecher is not his real name. They use that, basically because it's the only thing unique about them, so that's why they use it on stage. But more importantly, because if they use their real names, they can't perform anywhere near playgrounds or schools. Stash recently found out he was Jewish. Once the Jews learned that Stash was one of them, they started to get that whole Hitler thing. Why, did you guys know him? Shut the fuck up. Anyway. Andrew Morgan is here. Andrew, round of applause for Andrew Morgan. Come on, that was the best that he ever had. What can you say about Andrew Morgan? That hasn't been made up because he's so fucking bland. He's vanilla. He's just lame. He's a bore. He's human sleeping pills. I'm sure when you looked up here and saw Andrew, you're like, "Oh, good. Mark's fiber doctor is here to make sure he's okay." Oh, look, an adult Boy Scout. Isn't that fun that he's here tonight? You have Uber driver Finch. You should be sitting over there next to the Fun Guilford Terrorist Squad hanging out. Oh, they're all cops. That makes sense. Undercover at convenience stores anyway. Dennis Shea is not a comic. That's it. So to prepare for this, Dennis goes to a lot of shows, and he's like, "I'm going to watch all the Comedy Central roasts."
And then he told me his jokes. I'm like, that sounds familiar. He goes, yeah, I took them from the Comedy Central roast. And I was like, wow, you guys might think that's fucked up and lazy, but that's exactly the way Beecher writes his entire set. He just watches Comedy Central and steals their shit. It's fine. Then his last name is Shea. Shea's also the name of the old New York Mets stadium, Shea Stadium. Yeah, we're a huge Mets fan. So 2 things tonight disappoint Andrew Horton, the Mets, and knowing Dennis Shea. It takes a lot of balls for Dennis to come up here. Everyone says that. And Dennis has a lot of balls. Young boy's balls in a mason jar. It's amazing. Beecher's not here anymore, that's fine, but Beecher's first name is actually Robert. It's not Beecher. His middle name is Beecher. And it's a very unique name. Its origin is a Middle Eastern one. Loosely translated, it means Boston Marathon Bomber Face. Sorry. I mean, I love your work. Never mind. A lot of people look at Beecher and wonder what the fuck race he is. They stare at him. They're like, oh, that's fucked up. It's wrong. In this day and age, 2018, ladies and people, don't do this. What color is he? Who cares? That's ignorant and wrong. When I look at him, I don't see color. I just hear hack. Beecher looks like Slash the college years. It's fucking it's a shit joke. Beecher says in his act that people think he looks like Jesus, and they remind him of Jesus. And when he performs at comedy clubs, people do think of Jesus, because they hope he dies the first night he's there. And then no one hears from him ever fucking again. Brian Barganier fucking left. He was like tiny Beecher. Brian Barganier looks like a troll dog. Craig Taylor's cirrhosis-ridden liver had a baby, and it was molested by Stash Makita. The only thing that has less of a chance of a survival than Mark is Brian Barganier's public access show. I wish she was here for that one. I gotta fucking host that thing. Brian Barganier will perform anywhere. He travels all over. Like, this would be a good gig for him. He travels all over. He dive bars, backyards, basements, homeless shelters. Hell, when he heard Mark was having a colonoscopy, he asked, who books that? Mark. All right, yes. Mark, you guys, round of applause. That's one of the last sounds you'll ever hear. Mouth-filled wrists slapping together. Look at them. You're dying of cancer and you're healthier than 90% of this fucking freak show, big eating, donut eating, white trash, Hitler Youth Rally garbage. Cancer made you better than them. They're all like, I wish we had cancer and friends. Yeah, you do. Cancer and friends. It's a good time. Craig Taylor messaged me and asked if I would roast a man dying of cancer. He said you support comedy, you're fun, and this and that. I'm like, Craig, you had me at dying of cancer. You know what I mean? By the way, hold me closer, guy with cancer. You'll be singing that at home, motherfucker. You just sang a joke. Yeah, I did. It's called being good. Anyway. Bobby from King of the Hill, you piece of shit. You're the only person in the world who looks like a pedophile and the kid he fucks at the same time. And he won't be that joke. I can say that joke because they hate gays here. You know, the bathroom says guys and faggots. Anyway. Brian Barganier was here. He dated a midget on a reality show. I was on a reality show on Extreme Cheapskates. I had to pretend my mom was dead for $50. Beecher's an extra on TV shows all the time. It's like, I didn't realize being old and dying of cancer is the worst make-a-wish with possible. Did you at least call John Cena? What the fuck? Mark, I hear that you're a good guy, but I also hear that you're a womanizing creep. And believe me, I see there's still mirrors on your shoes. And you can see you're going too, and you're clean as fuck. We all know that. It's fine. Mark is like if Harvey Weinstein got God's punishment correctly. Oh, did you know him? Shut the fuck up. Stash and him are the only Jews I mentioned tonight. Don't worry about it. Mark once commented on my Facebook statuses. I was asking what is the best lettuce for a lettuce wrap. And then Mark's like, well, I would know that. Believe me, my friends, I used to be known as Captain Produce.
Wall bombs, Grand Union.
Yes. And dying from cancer is a good way for people to forget to use the worst fucking nickname ever. I'd rather be the C-word cancer than the C-word Captain fucking Produce. But it's an improvement from his old former name of Private Feminine Products. More like 20 more pages. All right. Mark decided, well, it's brave. You decided to stop treatment.
Yeah.
Some people say stopping treatment is giving up. I don't believe that at all. I don't think it is. I don't think that's giving up at all. Sash Makita, look at him. That's giving up. Mark urges that everyone gets a colonoscopy. And he is right. Everyone should. Not only does it save lives, but having one is the only thing that makes Craig Taylor come. Who owned that? Whoa, Craig comes fine. I would know. Why is more than Jokers here anyway? Two things you failed at in Jokers. Fucking the bartender and performing there anyway. Even Andy didn't fuck her. Let's get personal anyway. This roast has made people aware of things they didn't know existed. I, for one, didn't know anything about, how's it pronounced, colorectal cancer until learning about Mark. And all you didn't know, that person could be looking like a pedophile. Joke already, fuck, I called you a pedophile. He still fucks kids. Anyway, I also learned from following Mark's Babe Battle on Facebook that March is colon cancer month, which I did not know, and you're wearing blue because that's the color of assholes, I guess. That's what they say. To help with spreading that awareness, they do, like, I'm supposed to wear blue in the month and all that, and Andrew Morgan's been helping. He goes up to women when they're wearing blue and goes, I'm thinking about your colon. So he's been helping out. Colon cancer starts at stage 0 and your colon, then progresses to stage 4 because it's your lungs and liver. Colon cancer works the same way as that fun game that Craig Taylor plays with gerbils in his asshole and chocolate. Come on, buddy, let's get stage 4. Richard, gear that shit up. Let's do this. The turnout of support by all you guys tonight is a testament to the kind of man Mark Rogers is. And the fact that we all made it here is a testament how bad of comedians we really fucked up. Mark's a veteran. If he was still serving, and you had all these colonoscopies, you'd be the rear admiral. That'd be your title. Plus good for rear admiral. They're just tired. I truly urge all of you to learn from Mark. Learn from his bravery. Learn from how he fights a battle. He still makes a point to inform and teach others about cancer. How a positive attitude is important when staring death in the eye. And most importantly, you all learned tonight that if any of you or your loved ones are ever diagnosed with any horrible disease, my website is PatOates.com. I could give a fuck about anybody. I will shit on you for whatever the fuck it is. I don't care if you die. I hope it's throughout your family and they all have my number. But seriously, Mark, thank you. Thank you for showing everyone that life is worth living and fighting for. That you should never give up, no matter how many, hands are entered into your anus. It doesn't matter at all. Keep fighting and living. Live life laughing and loving until you can't live and laugh anymore. I'm honored to have met you and be part of this great night. Thanks from the bottom of my healthy colon.
Our essay winner. Yes, our essay winner. All right. I am drunk enough to get sappy. I know. But we are all here tonight, and everyone came out here tonight because you are this fucking awesome. People would not hang out like this and laugh with you like this if you were a piece of shit. And as much as we have described you as a piece of shit, you are the opposite. You are an incredible father, incredible man, incredible friend, and everyone here, we're so happy that we can come in. I know this is your looking week, but unfortunately, you're going to know us until you actually do die. And we're all happy that you all know us. And we're happy that we all know you. Everyone here is better for knowing this man right here. Your kids that continue that on, your kids are incredible people. Yeah, we all look forward to repeating these jokes at your funeral next week. By the way, how fucking fun was this for your ex-wife that was here? This must have been her goddamn Disneyland. I get to see him die and everyone calls him a pervert. Wow. Alright guys, the man of the hour is going to come back at us. Give him the attention he's given us. Everyone, the man of the night, the best guy we know, Mark Hodges, everyone.
Start my set by talking about Diana Pollen. One of Craig's favorite. Yeah. It's true that Pollen almost killed me. Yeah, you gotta hear that routine. Go see Craig when he's ever playing. Because he doesn't get a chance to again. Yeah. I had his routines memorized. He used to tell us not to talk. He'd tell Dennis and I, don't talk during my set. Because we had them memorized. I want to thank all of these comedians because I mean this is a lineup that you couldn't meet at any comedy show anywhere in Connecticut or the Northeast. I mean these guys are fantastic. I've seen all of them before on stage. I've been most of them. That was the only I've seen them, but I've never had a beer with them. The rest of these guys I've had a beer with and talked to them, through the shows, and especially Craig. Craig got me into local comedy, and it was. I highly encourage you to go out and go to the college. The local comedy shows. It's fantastic. Stash, again, he's one of my favorites. I can't even say anything bad about him. I just love to hear him. I can. Yeah. I did ask for the funny Morgan, but I ended up with this one. He's got a brother. But no, I really enjoyed the interview. I really did. Yeah, and of course Pat, he's like famous almost. And Dennis has been like I said, in the last 12 years, Dennis has been right there through everything that's happened to me. All my sickness, all my hospitalizations, Dennis is there. Dennis and I went to all the comedy shows together. He didn't stop tonight, but that was great at his wedding, by the way. Well, I could do that routine if you want. Yeah, that was a pretty good speech. But this is cheap. I'm surprised he's here. He doesn't have a coupon. He heard there was free food. But all of these guys are fantastic. I really appreciate all of them coming out. Beecher's wife and Michelle, my wife, are friends. So that was the connection. I know you mentioned it in there, but yeah, they're good friends. I want to thank all of you for coming out. Like I said, I didn't know I was this popular. I mean, it is a diverse crowd from my work son and daughter that are here. Spencer, the wrestler. You should go to local wrestling as well. Go to local wrestling. Ricky Ball! Ricky Ball! It's fantastic.
Jay, she's wrestling tonight in Massachusetts.
Where's she wrestling?
Ohio. Okay.
Margot Stewart is also a wrestler. Senior moment, Margot. So I like to hang out with the wrestlers, make me feel cool, And Nadia, raise your hand. My work daughter. Yeah. People come from all over, and I'm personally impressed with the tags. Good looking bunch, I'll tell you right now. And then all of the work crew from probation. I really guys coming out. And here's the regulars from the bar. Thanks for sitting through all this shit. Hey, there's Mike, my old regional manager. He's a state employee. He's lazy now, too. He works for Pete. Huh? Mike. You can go talk to Mike later. Yeah. He worked for Pete. Yeah. Yeah, but I really appreciate it. I really do consider this my week. I personally think the whole thing is funny. Yeah. I'm not even dying right. I can't get it right. You know? I was supposed to be dead a year ago, so you know.
We can do this again, dude.
No, I'm not coming back to Connecticut again.
We ain't going to Florida.
No, don't bother. Yeah, I'm direct cremation. Somebody mentioned it. I'm direct. I die. I'm all paid for. I'm all set. Yeah, it's all bullshit.
Can I do a line of you?
Huh?
Can I do a line of you?
Yeah.
All right.
Paperweights with my ashes are $35. Alright? If you want one, email me. There's probably enough to go around. Well, yeah, we've already put in orders for paperweights of my ashes, so. Again, I thank everybody for coming out. This is as close to a funeral as I'm going to get. I don't believe in the you know, all of that bull crap and weights and all of that shit, yeah. And, you know, my life was what it was, made a lot of mistakes. I got a wonderful... Tristan, yeah! I've got to thank my son, my ex-wife Wendy, who we were still great friends. Harley, yeah. Sharon, my first cousin. Sharon! They helped put all this together. Eric and Jessica, the owners, be nice to them. They're fantastic looking people. They're wonderful people. You know? So it's a great corner bar. I love it here. You know? I used to get sick here all the time. I've thrown up in a parking lot more than once, so I can tell you that.
Used to be here.
Yeah.
Love you, Mark.
So, that's all I got.
All right, awesome.
Wrap it up, Roger!
Don't just applaud his sense of humor tonight. That is incredible. So Sasha said this incredible thing. Someone should have said wrapping up Rogers before you had 3 kids. Good job, buddy. Big round of applause for Tristan that helped put this whole thing on. Basically got it all. He was captain of this shit. Good comedians, Feature, Bargaineer, Rap. We have Dennis J, Pat Oates, Andrew Morgan, Sasha Rakita, Carl Lemon, and all that. Thank you guys very much. It's all been a great time. Enjoy yourself with Phil Taylor. One more round of applause for Mike Rogers, everybody.
Go get drunk now.